Hello there, my beautiful crafters. It's Asia Marquet here, Lemon Creation. Today I have for you an art journal page, and I am making this page in my butterfly art journal. And as you can see, I have some seepage from the previous project I made, and I decided to actually cover this page because well, I wanted to work on both sides of the papers in this journal, and since I do a lot of stampings, the small traces here and there, they are not really a big problem. And working in my butterfly journal is so cool because I can actually take out the pages, and so I don't have the the bulk underneath the page I'm working on. I can just put it flat on the surface. And this time I decided to go with Arrtx Acrylic Markers. Those are the set of, I think, 48 markers, but they are the ones which you have to actually shake before you use them. And as you can see, there is a lot of liquid paint in them. And so normally when I do this smushing technique with the piece of acetate, I actually put some marker on the piece of acetate or paint, wherever, and I spray it with water, so it's the transfer is much easier. In case of these markers, you don't even have to do that because there is so much color. And as you can see here, I'm actually even, adding some color straight to the page and just smashing, I think, it with the piece of acetate. So I like very much this technique. I use it quite often with powders, with markers, even with the acrylic paints. And it works with absolutely everything, and the fact that it's acetate, you can see it through where you are applying the paint, but at the same time you have this element of surprise because you don't know. Everything depends on how the paint is transferring onto the paper, how it behaves on the acetate. And as you've seen at the very beginning when I started applying, I actually had a drop of paint which fell in the middle of the page. And so like that, I knew where the paint will go because, I had this drop there and I had to work around it. So sometimes, when you don't have an idea on how the project will go, the things happen, and then you know how to work around them. So I use those 3 colors of markers. And because once again, this butterfly journal is so cool, I actually have them in stock in my shop. I think I have one left. I'm gonna be making some of them quite soon, but the fact is that the idea of taking out the pages is so cool for me because like that I can put it in the how do you call it, the stamping platform, which is so super cool because quite often I actually when I do the journaling and when I cannot take out the pages, quite often my stamping is not perfect because I do bulky journal pages. So, when you have a lot of things underneath, the stamping is very hard to be perfect. So that way I can take it out, I can put it in the stamping platform and go ahead with it. So I'm using right now my stamp in the background. I wanted to show you that it actually prints very nicely because I have very good comments, and thank you so very much for that because you've been such a great crafters, great artists, great YouTube friends for me, and I have actually only good comments in my shop apart from one. With this stamp in particular in the background. Well, right now I'm actually using Rand and Rand, but the one before, and the comment was that the stamp doesn't work, it's really poor quality and it doesn't stamp well. Well, if you have good paper, if it's not texture paper, and if your ink pad is well inked, it works. There is no issue with that. The first, as always, I repeat that always, the first 2-3 times when you stamp the new stamp, if it's mine or not mine, you usually don't have a great stamping image because the stamps are coming from production sticky. And if the stamp is of a good quality, it comes sticky. It actually sticks throughout the time to your acrylic block. but the beginning also it sticks on the side you are stamping, so that you always have to take into account and stamp on the side on the piece of scrap paper, and like that it's gonna work. So let's come back to the project. I used some die cuts from paper roast, and it's a mini numbers and alphabet, I think it's called. Anyway, you're gonna get the full list of products I use in this video in the description box below, all together with affiliate links. And if you use these links, as always, I'm getting a small commission with no, which doesn't affect you, or it doesn't affect your price. And like that, you can find them much easier. And so I add a piece of string, and I add a little bit of sentiment, which I took, or torn rather, from one of the old books I have at home, and which are not used for anything anymore. And I add a little bit of the thread on the bottom also, so like that I have the coherence between those two stamped images. So I hope, guys, you enjoy this project. It's a little quick, but at the same time, you know, it's getting too nice outside, so we don't usually have too much time as during winter to create, so quick projects are good projects to go. As always, thank you so very much for subscribing. For you it's just a click, for me it means so much and it helps me so much. Thank you for visiting my shop, link as always under the video, and I wish you beautiful day, and see you soon. Bye bye.